Hey guys, welcome to the channel. And today we are going to be talking about Aiden Markram and Shukri Conrad's comments ahead of the Bangladesh Test series. There was a in-person press conference at the camp that they on currently, where they discussed different things, both the coach and the newly appointed captain now for this first match, in the absence of Temba Bavuma, who is injured. So we're going to be reacting to those audio clips on today's show to get a better understanding of what they're thinking ahead of this tour, how the camp is going, etc., and how the new guys and maybe some of the other guys as well are settling in and how they are doing going into this particular series. If you're new to this channel and this is the first time that you're here, we cover all South African cricket. So, domestic cricket, Proteas women, domestic women, no matter what anything South African related with regards to cricket, we cover on this channel. So, if you're a fan of South African cricket in general, then please subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell for all future videos. I'd also ask you guys to please smash the like button, comment and share. I'd like you guys to comment after the video has ended too. You guys have been really good at doing that recently. So please get involved with the comment section because that's how our videos will spread into the algorithm on YouTube and get into more people's feeds that are interested in this type of content. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. I'm looking forward to discussing this episode and everything that the coach and the captain had to say with you guys. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your live cricket show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we discuss everything that has to do with South African cricket, but particularly Aiden Markram and Shukri Conrad's comments ahead of the Bangladesh Test series. Before I get started, I just want to clear things up that happened in the previous show. We were talking about Deva Brevis' selection in this particular team, in this test team. And there were some comments in the live chat about where he is playing and for what reason he wasn't in the Titan squad, etc. And I just want to clear up that speculation. I just want to make it very clear. I've been told personally about Dewald Brevis' commitment to South African cricket. He's 100% committed to cricket in South Africa and for playing for the national team and playing domestic cricket in South Africa. So I just want to make that very, very clear. About the Ghanaian, the Ghanaian, the Guyana, sorry, league, with regards to him signing a contract there were rumors flying around on social media and there were rumors flying around in reports about it. It's not true. It's been confirmed to me that this wasn't true at all. He did not commit to that. He's been fully committed to domestic cricket. And of course, as well, with regards to signing a contract with the IPL, obviously he's contracted to the IPL as well. But there's been many other things that he's declined in the past, to focus on playing domestic cricket and to focus on playing cricket in South Africa and being available for the SAA teams and Sri Lanka A. And that makes me really happy to know that Deva Brevis's focus is 100% on becoming a South African Protea. And I've been saying this in previous shows a very, very long time, that that's the vibe I always got whenever I had a conversation with him. And then obviously people will go online and talk their crap and start their own rumors, which is completely not on, which shouldn't be happening when it comes to players. We shouldn't speculate and make up our own stories, because sometimes people will say things and give their opinion on something and people will take it as the truth. So I just wanted to clear that up to make sure that everybody's on the same page and that everybody understands the situation with regards to Deva Brevis. And just to clear things up, that he did not sign a contract with the Guyana Premier League, or the Guyana League. That was not that was not true at all. Okay, so just wanted to clear that up before we get going. Okay, let's get into today's show. We've got comments from Aiden Markram and we've got comments from Shukri Conrad ahead of this tour. And as you guys know, we did a show about the test tour and I revealed to you guys the squads. I will show it to you again just in case you guys have not don't know about the squads and who's playing in this test series. I've updated the list as well, so there's no more spelling mistakes in the title. But this is the test squad for for versus Bangladesh. We've got Aiden Markram as captain for the first match. Tony DeZorzi, David Bedingham, Deva Brevis, Tristan Stubbs, Cal Verena, Matthew Bretsky, Ryan Rickleton. We've got all-rounders in Vian Mulder, Senanan Mutasami. We've got spinners with Keshav Maharaj and Dane Pitt. And then we've got the seamers Kagiso Rabada, Lungi Ngiri, and Dane Patterson. Lungi's been added into the squad after Nandre Berger has pulled out injured. And we also know that Deva Brevis has been added to the squad after Temba Bavuma has also been injured for the first test. We don't know, I don't know what his full recovery is going to be going into the second test and if he's going to be available or not, but he's going to travel with the team. So that's the squad for you guys just to clear things up. But let's go straight into Coach Shukri's comments because I think that's why we are all here. We want to hear what Coach Shukri had to say and what obviously Aiden Markram had to say heading into this. So they've had a little at the training camp today in person. They've had a little discussion with the media that could attend that. Obviously, I'm in Cape Town, so I couldn't attend that. I'm not going to fly just for uh, a little press conference over there or a press conference over there where they are. So let's get straight into it and hear what the coach had to say.
Agree with the recent examples set by India and England achieving highly unlikely victories with record-breaking scoring rates. Do you think that's the way Test cricket is inevitably going to be played in the future, or is there still a place for old-fashioned attrition?
I think the key word is unlikely event of results. So if there's an unlikely event where, i.e., lots of players been lost through weather, then I think that might be a way to go. Yes, I think teams will be a lot more aggressive in their outlook, and yeah, we'll certainly adopt something similar. But if if you're going to get 5 days of cricket, I don't think that might be the formula. So yeah, I think the key word is in the unlikely event of a result. I think teams will be a lot more aggressive in their approach.
Okay, so that's interesting analysis from the coach over there because we do know that he has had intentions or he has the intentions of playing a more attractive brand of cricket because that's inherently how he is as a coach and as a person. He enjoys cricket that's a little bit more aggressive and he wants players to be able to show their ability with a bat and go out there and put the pressure on the opposition. You want to play a more ruthless brand of cricket, and I'm all for that. I mean, even in his selections with the likes of Tristan Stubbs coming through, David Bedingham being added into the mix, it gives you that vibe. It gives you that understanding. It gives you that mentality that we want to be ruthless out there. We want to play Test cricket with a more with more confidence and a more attacking type of style and brand. But we're not gonna like Coach Shukri said there, when it's a 5 day test match, I mean you're going to switch it up. It's test cricket at the end of the day. You're going to also have to play smartly. And that type of brand of cricket, you also need to take into account conditions and the situation in the match. That's all important as well. Uh, you can't also just be gun ho and do it when when the wicket isn't dictating that you can go that way, or the fielders are situated in positions that are blocking off your angles of scoring, and then you can't go as attacking as you'd hope. So you have to also be able to read the situation. So it's very important to be able to. That's why I always said I'm not for a necessarily Baz ball type style. I'm more there for an adaptable style that you create a team and a team unit, and you give the players the skills to be able to adapt their style, to be able to go attacking and also to go defensive when it's needed too. I think I need to see a balance of that, and that's what I would like to see from a test team. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the live chat.
Who would like to kick us off here?
It's just the decision troops not to play any kind of football game over there. What's the basis for that?
Couple of reasons. Obviously, one day side just returned as well, but that's the least of the reasons. Main reason is really you play warm up games, you never ever get the type of conditions you're gonna encounter in the test match. So I just felt that obviously the weather is not similar, but it's been nice and hot here, and we can pretty much prepare different type of surfaces, i.e., one where we feel that seam bowling can be assisted, and then obviously we've raked up a couple of wickets where we can work on our spin play and also on our spin bowling. Yeah, so that's the primary reason.
I like that because the reason I like that is because you can tell that his thought process involved. There's a reason for why he does things, Coach Shukri, and he explains it. He's open book with us and he explains it to us. So I like that from the coach. So many times in the past, things would happen and everybody would just speculate on why these things are happening. And we'd never really get a true, proper answer for the reasons behind things or decisions. So I'm really happy that we are getting that from Coach Shukri right now. So, yeah, I like that they raked up a couple of wickets to also give the spinners a chance to bowl at our batters and really test them. And I think we have the right batting coach involved and we have the right team unit over there to be able to give the boys the proper skills and training and help them familiarize themselves with the conditions that they possibly would face in Bangladesh. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% to the T, but just to confirm what Coach Shukri said there and to agree with what he said there, I remember a series against India when we before the India tour we went on a warm up games. We had a couple of we had a warm up game I think against India heading into that series in India, and they gave us flat wickets, and they still picked the same amount of spinners and everything, and they came at us, and we were probably at that point thinking, okay, it's not that bad here. We can handle it. Especially when you have some new guys in the team. They're probably sitting there thinking, I'm a little bit confident. Yeah, I think we can handle this. And then the test happened, and it was turning square from ball one almost, and they gave us proper dusty wickets, and it was completely different to what the warm up game was, and we ended up collapsing heavily. So I do see that at least with the little amount of time that coach has with the team and with the squad, etc. If I was a coach, I'd want to have intense, focused training rather as much as focused training as I possibly can with my players instead of having a warm up game in conditions that are going to be completely polar opposite to what we're going to get in a match. So I like that that focus training has been done here, uh, and the players are actually getting one-on-one attention from the coaching staff and the coach.
It's been a while. South Africa have had one tour to the subcontinent in a few years now. For the
Yeah.
first time. I wondered from your perspective, and given everything you also just said, is it sufficient to have done that, or do you think your guys are properly ready for what's coming?
I think we're probably ready. I couldn't swap this for anything. I feel the last couple of days have been absolutely brilliant. Um, really proper graft put in by everyone, and Ux can leave here properly prepared. I don't think any warm up game is gonna would have done any different here. It's just acclimatizing, and the bulk of the guys have been to in conditions similar to what we're going to encounter in Bangladesh, i.e., India, the UAE, etc., West Indies. So I think that conditions is one thing it's the only thing we're probably going to have to adapt to. But from playing readiness, I think we're as ready as we're ever going to be. So it's no excuses there. No.
And then
Oh, big statement. No excuses there now. That's going to put a lot of pressure on the boys there. So we are going to be able to watch this game and criticize because criticize as a fan base as openly as we want to, because the coach does feel that they are fully prepared. And I know the coach is not going to say that, oh, we're not prepared. I mean, that's never going to be the case. So let's see how prepared they are. We will know in that first test match. We'll see how these players do and how what they've learned from this particular sessions that they've had um, heading into the tour.
obviously you've lost your skipper and your number 4, and you made a decision already. But who will back there and
There's one player, the skipper and number 4. Oh, so not two
no,
players.
I know. But you replace the skipper.
Okay.
With the number 4.
Oh, so I need to. Okay, now I need to
Have you
replace
made
the
a
number 4.
decision yet, or are you going to wait till you get to that?
We'll wait till we get there, but obviously, I mean, the options are who comes in, what's out, and I think it gets affected by the balance of our attack. Who goes where? You know, if we play 3 seamers and 2 spinners, whether we play only the 2 seamers or 3 spinners, whatever the case may be, might determine. But I mean, Peters could easily move up to 4. We're gonna need another left-hander in the middle there, so you can work out who that will
Ryan
probably be.
Rickleton.
So yeah, we'll play around with that, but we'll wait to see what the conditions are. Chatting to guys that are in the know, like Russell Domingo and guys at Ashwell has obviously got some really good insights there as well. Yeah, it's going into the winter season there. Wickets could be slightly more seamer friendly, could be, but generally in Dhaka they wanted to spin anyway, and I think they probably want to send Shakib off on a high. So yeah, I don't think they're going to give him a spicy wicket if they can produce something like that.
You see, I also forgot to mention there, and Coach Shukri, thank you for mentioning that, because Coach Ashwell had time in Bangladesh as a batting coach too. So we have the right people, I feel, in this camp to be able to prepare us with regards to knowledge. It's all going to be down to application. Whether these players will be able to handle the pressure and whether they'll be able to implement what they've been taught and what they've learned.
Yeah, and just Shooks on the world. Can you just talk us through that decision to bring him in the side?
A couple of reasons. Obviously, be great learnings for him. And I know people say, well, what's he done to deserve that? And, I thought rather exposing to this environment. I know what he's capable of. Whether he's a generational talent, some might say yes, and others no. I think he's an exceptional talent.
Agreed.
And you know, if I look at if I go to New Zealand, when New Zealand played in Sri Lanka last year, and Glenn Phillips has almost like carved out a little niche for him in Test cricket, where he walks in at 7 or 8 and bowls some spin, Devon bowls some handy left spin, and he's one of the best players of spin around. And he's got a power game to match as well, you know. So going back to Manners' question, yeah, there might be something like that for someone like him. Be a long shot, but I'm not going to rule it out that he's going to play. But he's going as cover.
Okay, he's going as cover, but there was an important sentence made there, an important little line there by Coach Shukri there. There was one of the best players of spin around. So he's obviously watched. Obviously, I know he's watched Devot because, I mean, he was part of the team, part of Coach Shukri's team when he was under 19 coach. And obviously, you would have seen a hell of a lot of Devot. But he's obviously watched him since then. And we've seen him in 4-day cricket, etc. Spin is one of his strongest attributes to play against spin. He is very positive against it. He has a very good sweep shot on him as well. He can play it off the back foot. He can play forward. So I do agree there. There might be slight problems with regards to maybe the high ball, perhaps, to an extent. I'm not going to say big alarming problems. I think that can obviously will come with experience, and you can fix that. There may be a little bit of swing bowling, but I think most batters are going to struggle against swing bowling if they haven't faced it enough. But I think Devot has the ability to be able to pick up and learn and adapt. He is an extremely talented player mentally as well. So I'm glad that he's been picked out as one of the future players for South Africa, that they've put a little asterisk next to him right now by saying, look here, we are looking at him and we want to embed him into the team, and he is the future of South African cricket. He's one of the players that are going to be the future of South African cricket. So at least he's getting an opportunity to learn and travel and be a part of this test squad and learn what the culture of Coach Shukri is and what he expects from his players. What level does he expect from them?
Shukri, how you mentioned obviously the great preparation and the importance of adaptability, but how hard is it for you guys to kind of catch up with Bangladesh have played a lot of Test cricket lately.
Mm.
Did really well in Pakistan. You guys last played in August, and before that in January. So how difficult is it for you guys to come up against a team that's actually quite sort of battle hardened in Test cricket?
I think we've almost grown accustomed to that. We came up against a battle-hardened West Indies side in their conditions.
True.
They'd come off a 3-match series against England, and we're walking into Bangladesh, like you say, having one in Pakistan. I wouldn't want it any other way. I'd obviously like to play more, but we know it's going to be tough both on and off the field. But for the sake of this team and this team moving forward and how this team is going to be defined, I want us to be exposed to those sort of stuff from teams in form in their own conditions. And it'll be a real test of character for both the individuals and the unit. But Ken, we're always going to be playing catch up because we play the least of everyone.
Yeah.
And it's not ever going to be an excuse. I can tell you that much. I'm never ever going to say, well, it's because we don't play enough. That's why we got thumped or whatever the case may be. We relish the challenge. Might not be ideal, but we've made peace with that, and it doesn't even come up as a conversation anymore. We just get on with it, man.
Good.
You mentioned the balance of the attack, and I guess some of the questions will be around the all-rounder position. Do you play Vian Mulder as a seamer or
Vian Mulder
Senio
plays.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. So does that mean you could also still play Senio and Mutusami as an all-rounder spinner? And is he sufficiently different to, say, Kesh as a bowler? That you're comfortable fielding both in an attack?
I could do. Again, the good thing we know with Kesh is that he can bowl lots of overs. If the conditions are spin friendly, some fresh fingers are also handy, if only to give the bowler that bowls a lot of overs a bit of a break and to freshen up a bit. So I'm not overly concerned whether there might be a sameness. If that's the route we decide to go, because obviously we've got PT and then we've got guys like Aiden and Stubbo that can give him a little bit of a break and bring a sameness as well. Maybe not as good as him, but still bring a sameness. So we can find all of those possibilities exist. Again, we could play Sen as an extra spin batting option. That's why I brought him along, because we don't lose too much on the batting front if he plays. Vian plays. Whether it's in a 3-man or a 2-man seam attack, he plays.
Wow. So straightforward, we know Vian Mulder's on the start. So you guys can start shaping up your teams already around that thought process, because we know that, and we already know of confirmation that to get a left-hander in them, we need to get a left-hander in. Ryan Rickleton's the left-hander in that middle order. So at least those are two names that we know about. The rest are kind of, Aiden plays. David Bedingham plays. Tony DeZoisi plays if fit. So we can kind of start to put a team together. I'm very happy that Coach Shukri has cleared that up, that we have all our bases covered. No matter what happens on the day, whatever conditions we get, etc., we will be able to field a team that can handle all of those things. So we know that when a team is selected, that every single thing has been taken into account. Coach Shukri is going to want to put the best 11 out there that can combat the conditions that they are facing. And the team is going to be selected based on conditions. And I believe that. Maybe I'm gullible. Maybe you guys will call me foolish, or maybe say that I'm gullible. But I truly believe that's what's going to be happening.
The key to batting in the subcontinent is big partnerships. What's the key to bowling in that region?
Yeah, again, also partnerships. I mean, that's like a cliche, you've got to be able to exert pressure for extended periods of time. Very often the window for attacking might be smaller, might be with a new ball, it might reverse for a period of time. And to be able to exploit whenever those windows of opportunities do arise. If it's spinning, obviously to be able to constantly put them under pressure, keep them under pressure, feel like they're not going anywhere, and then you can create a bang-bang solution, or not i.e., but meaning that wickets could fall down in little clusters.
Yeah.
But you've got to be able to exert pressures for extended periods of time.
True.
One of the things Ash mentioned the other day to me was about obviously big partnerships being one thing, but you tend to lose wickets in clusters in that part of the world. Is there not acceptance is the wrong word, but for lack of a better one, an acceptance that 3 could go for 3 so far?
If it's going in an acceptable manner,
Uh,
i.e., again, sorry, I've said i.e. a lot in this study. Like if he bowls you a really good ball and it's because of delivery that he's got you out and not that you've taken a soft option, then it's acceptable. You know, um, we've also managed to fall down. I mean, we've also managed to lose wickets in clusters without having to go to the subcontinent. You know,
Yeah,
we do it here,
that's
we do it
true.
wherever we go. So that's the work in progress that comes with experience. The more guys play, the better they'll get at it. And I don't mean better at losing clusters, but better at negotiating and identifying those periods that we're going to be better at and what's required, how we're going to nullify the possibility of losing wickets in clusters. But again, to answer the question, I think if it's an acceptable way, Oak must have bowled a really good delivery to get you out. I don't think we ever want to go into matches where we say that there's a ball with your name on it. Right, that's a soft option for me. And also, if it's an aggressive option that we practice and we know that you're comfortable with, and it might just be an execution issue, then we're comfortable with that as well. Obviously, you're going to have to
Yeah, that wind.
really marry defense and aggression really well. There might be periods of time where we say, well, hold it, we might need to go the aggressive route here. And all the guys that are sitting in that are going to be on that flight tomorrow, our guys naturally aggressive characters anyway. So
See, there, I told you
might
guys.
not need a lot of encouraging there.
That's what I said. Pick players that are naturally like that. If you want to go an attacking route and you want to play a more attacking brand of cricket, etc., instead of trying to change people's natures and turning them into players that they're not, just pick the players that are already like that and then increase their ability and make them better. I mean, that's the fastest route to success, I guess.
I know you sat with Russ when you were coming up with
Mhm.
plans for the tour and even the squad. What did Russ tell you to expect from Bangladesh as a team?
Pretty much what we know, that they're really good in their own conditions. They back themselves. They're quite aggressive in their approach, but they've also got the ability to get panicky and fall down. You know, they're quite an emotional bunch. So if you can get stuck in amongst them with the ball, and if you starve them of wickets and you have those big partnerships, they can
Emotional bunch.
start hucking and moaning with each other amongst each other because they're an emotional bunch of guys. But they're a really good side in their own conditions, especially. But they, like you said, I mean, we know they beat Pakistan in Pakistan. Yeah, we've just got to stay in the challenge there all the time, you know. Never take a step back. Know that once you get on top of them, they've got the ability to fall down as well. And there's some key guys in their side that if you can knock them over early or you can nullify the threat, then that will go a long way to potentially getting the right result.
100%. I agree there. That's exactly the approach that we should be doing. Okay, I'm going to read some of your comments out because that's obviously related to Coach Shukri and what he had to say. We've got Lawrence's baseball in Bangladesh definitely won't work on those pitches. Yep, not, not at all. Good proactive cricket is needed, not reckless stuff. Yes, I've always said that. I rather want us to play a lot smarter and be able to adapt our game rather than playing one style of cricket. I'd rather want adaptable players. That's the key. That would be the dream for me. LJ the man says, how do you think Bretsky and Brevis will make their debut? I think there's a much stronger case for Bretsky than I think Dewald. I mean, I would love to see what Coach Shukri spoke about there when he said that he'd see him as maybe batting at 7 and then bowling a little bit of leggies. That would be amazing because I feel that I like the way he plays cricket and his approach to the game. And I think at 7 to have someone like him that can also add a couple of overs with spin, that makes it a extremely balanced side. But I highly doubt that will happen. So I would say Bretsky, but I don't think Brevis. Let's see. We never know what can happen. Say Temba doesn't play the second test, then we'll have to think about selection again heavily. Whereas in the first one, you only really need to think about replacing Temba really in that first test match. Peralvi, I don't know how to pronounce that, says any day where SA has to settle for less any any day where SA has to settle for less, I don't know what you mean there. That let's move on. Dex says, imagine Tristan and Dewald is selected, scoring hundreds in this. That would be incredible. Talha says we have to be bold against spin, not play timid. Yes, and naturally the players that we have in the side tend to play more aggressively against spin. Even Tony De Zorzi, Aiden Markram, Tristan Stubbs, David Bedingham, they all, even Ryan Rickleton, they tend to want to be a little bit more aggressive against spin. They are generally very good players of spin. And even Temba Bavuma, he too is. So let's see how they approach things. Alja the man says, I hope that Mutasami and Pitt plays, and I think Maharaj will play both tests. Yeah, 100% Maharaj will definitely play. Aiden and Bedingham centuries will be nice, says Dex. Priyanshu says, I'm disappointed with Aiden. He can fuck up any team, but he disappointed me. Yeah, well, we need to see him play a lot better and more and be better. I mean, he had a good tour of Pakistan. He was important there. So let's see how he plays. I mean, I'm generally happy with the way he's been performing in the test side. And we need him to just be focused. And I'm glad that he took some time off and didn't play the ODIs against Ireland, and that he got refocused for this test series because we really need him. PBG3 says any of Bretsky or Brevis will debut in the series. Love to see Brevis debut because of this bowling. Lawrence says Lawrence Bailey says, I agree we will need to be more attacking against their spinners, but that comes with risk. So the fans asking for it shouldn't be wanting players dropped if they get out going attacking. I don't think it's one or the other here. I think you can still play aggressively, but also be smart about it. Know when to go attacking and know when to not. We need to be balanced in our decision making when we are playing over here. So I think that should be the focus here, is to know when to attack and when to just sit and absorb some pressure. I don't want us to play completely defensive and then we end up batting ourselves into a hole, because that's when wickets fall in clusters, because we feel the pressure and then we try to go and then we end up losing wickets. I rather want us to play a more balanced play, rotate the strike regularly, look for the gaps when it's there, go for the shot when the shot is on, when the bowler has tired or went a little bit too wide or with a little bit too short, then attack, hit the bad balls away, rotate between the wickets. If we can rotate the strike and find ways to score even with good deliveries, that's going to put the pressure on Bangladesh immediately. I don't want to see us a whole lot of deliveries in a row. Oh, missed the bat. Oh, and Bangladesh going all the time and hands in the air and a whole circus on the field. I don't want to. I don't want to see that. I want to see them. I want to see them sweat a bit, knowing that we are capable to be able to put the ball where we want to, run between the wickets hard, and play and be able to put them away when they don't deliver. Dick says, to be honest, the batters should watch the footage of Glenn Phillips and how he tackled the Bangladesh spinners on those wickets. LJ the man says it will be nice if all batters can score centuries in the next 6 tests. Yeah, it would be amazing. Of course, it would. Dick says it has been a while since we won a series in Asia. Need to win this one. But Lawrence says we only have two lefties in Tony DeZorzi and Ricks. Ideally, we needed one more. We must win the series, says Dex. Uh, I would love to see. Mutasami is a left-handed batter, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he's right-handed batter, left-hand bowler. I'm sure he's a left-handed batter, man. Let's double check this. Yeah, he's a left-handed batter as well. So there's another lefty in the team. I would love to see Devabar get a game, maybe even at 7 and doing that all-rounder role like Shukri alluded in this press conference. Yes, I said that earlier. Let me just go to the bottom. Let me see some new guys that have said something. Sam says Dane Pitt really should play as spinner because of spinner really needed against Bangladesh. They have lots of left-handers. He will definitely play Dane, I feel. Sumesh Roy says, you, you think SA can win the series? I think SA can win any series. I'm always going to be in South Africa's camp. Wilbur Stanley Pinar says, why does SA play so little test cricket? Ask the ICC. It's crazy that we play such a little test cricket. I don't know what the reasons are. I don't know if it's because certain teams maybe feel that they can't get enough money out of the tour like that. I don't know if it's because CSA maybe can't host as many test matches as they'd like, but every single year we host test matches. I don't know the reason, and I don't know how much the ICC has to do with that. If he says, Aish, we lost our Bavuma was going to score double centuries. Um, Priyansi should do honest question. Do you think Baba Azam even close to Virat Kohli? Pakistan media and fans hype Baba Azam most overrated cricketer. I don't think he's overrated, but I don't think he's as good as Virat Kohli, to be honest. Somesh says, if they don't win, we lick our wounds, we move on. We've got a test tour here against Sri Lanka, against Pakistan, we move on. This team is still in transition, in my opinion. There's a lot of new guys in the side that are still trying to get to grips and an understanding of Test cricket. I wouldn't be as harsh on them because there isn't as many senior guys in this team as previous teams. So you learn from it and you move on and you get better. I'm not in the stage where I'm going to overly hype things and criticize and then want the coach out and all of that bullshit. I'm going to be level headed here because I understand the situation that South African cricket is in. PBG3 says, who will be SA spinners in the 11? I think it will be Dane Pitt and Keshav Maharaj, and then perhaps they'll maybe go with some spin from Aiden and maybe Tristan. And then I think also if that is really, really going to be a ranked turners, then they'll probably play in run as well. Vishal says, my 11 is Tony, Markram, Brzezinski, Bellingham, Stubbs, Kyle, Mutasami, Keshav, Pitt, Rabada, and Lungi Ngidi. Okay, let me get into the next audio clip, and that is from Aiden Markram, the stand-in test captain. Let me bring that up on the screen now for you guys. Wait, I'm playing it in the wrong thingy here. Let me just put it there.
And it's going to be, you've obviously captained South Africa a few times, but it's the first time you're going to captain a test match. How does that feel for you? And I mean, is that kind of like the ultimate for you?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a big dream come true, to be honest. It's what I dreamt about as a kid, firstly playing South Africa, and then secondly, to captain your country in a test match is the ultimate for me. So incredibly honored and grateful for that opportunity, and yeah, hopefully we can put in a good performance and get a win and start the series well and run with that momentum.
I mean, we know that to be true. I mean, Aiden said that to us in loads of exclusive interviews on this channel about Test cricket, that being the dream, captain in the side, etc. So yeah, I believe that to obviously be true. Why would you not? I mean, I wish that every single school kid that comes through the system wants to do that, play Test cricket for their country, and maybe one day captain the side if they are captains at the lower level, if they were captain material.
Any changes to your style of captaincy, or will you be the same captain as you are on the white ball?
Probably similar. Yeah, I don't think I'll go away from the way I operate in the white ball stuff. A lot of it will be based on conditions when we're out there. So if it is flat, you can get really experimental with fields and plans. But if there's assistance with ball in hand, be it spinning or if it does seem around, then it's just about patience and execution. So we'll assess it all once we're there, and I'll make the call. But I don't think it'll be too different to the white ball stuff.
It's definitely a long time since.
So that's good. Conditions again being spoken about, guys. That's going to be a key factor. We always know that with this team, it's going to be always a key factor because Coach Shukri has always stressed that conditions determines the way we play, the side he picks, etc. He's always made that very clear from the beginning. We did an exclusive interview on this channel before Coach Shukri was even appointed as the as the coach yet. It was just when it was about to be announced. We did an interview. We got an exclusive with him before because I got wind of it and I went to interview him. The exclusive is on this channel. Go listen to it, guys, because there are gems in there that you can listen to understand his real mentality. He was in a relaxed environment. He was talking to me, and he really expressed a lot of these thought processes, and he got quite deep into the discussions around it. So go listen to that. It's in the exclusive interview section on this channel.
Been in Bangladesh. I don't know if you played there in a test match.
Never.
I suppose you're gonna have to do a lot of data sourcing with guys like Ash and Russell.
Yeah.
What are the expectations?
Yeah, so Shukri's also been in contact with the guys that have worked in Bangladesh. Obviously, Ash has been there, Russ has been there.
Wow.
So there's a couple of guys we've been trying to sponge some info off. Obviously, from a batting point of view, we'll work really closely with Ash because he's had first-hand experience there, and quite a few of us, I don't think, have played Test cricket there. So we have a rough idea of what to expect, but once again, wickets nowadays, they can throw some curveballs at you. So we'll have to be all ears and all eyes open to what's there and make some good decisions based on that.
It's sort of weird that that part of the world being what it is. That I think this is the first tour since Pakistan played Test matches.
It is, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that was 21, if I'm
21,
not
yeah.
mistaken. Yeah. So
What's 175 rand? I'm hearing in the background. Sorry, guys. Got distracted.
What is it to in normal circumstances you almost get a regular
Yeah.
once every 2 years or so. But how difficult is it to make that adjustment coming out of a lot of white people going in there now?
yeah, it is adjustments for sure. That part of the world is very different to what we as South Africans are used to. So that's a big challenge on its own and an exciting challenge as well. We haven't been exposed to those conditions in a while, especially not the specific group of players. So that's what's in front of us. Like I've mentioned, we think we know what to expect, and we've been putting in hard yards here at the camp and trying to simulate conditions as best as we can.
It's all the answers that we expected here, guys. Pretty straightforward. Almost repeating what Coach Shukri said here. So, media team doing a good job prepping the players and the coach. Well, the player.
By trial and error, you work things out as a batter from a personal way of developing your game plan, and you ultimately can only really back that once you're there and firstly see if it does fit into those conditions as well.
Sorry for this old school style question, but like you guys aren't playing any kind of 2-day warm-up game or anything there. Given that you haven't been there for so long, is camp enough, or would you like something like that?
I feel like the camp's enough, especially the way we've operated the last 3 days. We've really tried to make it spin a lot. We've been out here on our feet the whole of yesterday, lots of fitness, lots of hitting balls, lots of bowling balls. So from a fitness side of things, I think we're ready to go. Touch wood, of course. And then conditions-wise, again, we'll have 3 or 4 days there to train before that first game and get a feel for conditions and marry the two with what we've worked on here and what we work on there. And then by the time the first game comes, I think we should be able to.
Wow.
What about their game that's going to make it so difficult in those conditions?
They're just a really good team in their conditions. I think we've seen enough of them the last few years that they're a powerful team in international cricket now. And then again, you put them in their conditions and they become even tougher. So you would expect spinning conditions. You would expect them to throw that challenge at us, especially based on what we grow up with here in South Africa. So that'll be probably one of the biggest challenges for us is not necessarily surviving with bat in hand, but finding ways to transfer pressure, ultimately get runs on the board, and then with the ball in hand as well. Different role for our spinners than maybe what they used to. Yeah, it's very much a holding job. And now you go to the sub and your seamers might have to hold and the spinners attack. So I think a lot of it will be based around spin, but once again, we'll have to wait and see if that is going to be the case.
Yeah, and just on Temba, obviously losing him, you're not only losing a captain, you're losing like someone with experience in the subcontinent. Like, does that sort of put pressure on you guys? Some of you guys were experiencing those conditions.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily extra pressure, but it is a massive loss. Tim is a fantastic player of spin, fantastic batter for us and a massive batter for us in Test cricket.
Yep.
So just the batsman side of things alone, we do take a bit of a hit with that. But again, it creates an opportunity for someone to
Step up.
put their hand up if given that opportunity and try grab it with both hands and make an influence on the game and try impact the game for us to get a good result. So yeah, for sure, big loss losing Thames. but then again, an exciting opportunity for someone that can come in.
Yeah, and just on your plans when it comes to playing Spain, that's the one thing that we know for sure when it comes to Bangladesh and the subcontinent. That's what you guys are going to face over there. How confident are you guys in terms of the game plans that have been discussed here going into that tour?
Yeah, so from a batting point of view, it is very much an individual game plan sort of way of dealing with things. Some guys are really good sweepers, some guys aren't. So you can't teach or expect guys that are really good sweepers or not really good sweepers to sweep. So it's about guys sticking to their strengths. But
Yeah.
again, massive emphasis on us being able to apply pressure and not just sit there with the bat in hand and try to survive. So each guy will refine those plans as we get closer to day one of that test match, and that's why I think this camp's been really good. And then those 3 or 4 days prep in Bangladesh before the first test will be important as well.
Yeah, true. 100%. I am on board there because not everybody can play the sweep shot, and that shouldn't be everybody's approach to playing it. Use your arsenal and what you have in your arsenal to be able to counter attack and play. That's the thing that we need to do with regards to this. So yeah, that's what Aiden Markram had to say, guys. Let me just read a couple of comments before I say good night to you guys. Tex says, load as much spinners as you can for those wickets. Tristan, Devat, Aiden, Keshav, Pete, all should bowl. Siraj breaks down the spinners. Off spinners, Pete, Markram, Stubbs. Left arms, finger spinner, Maharaj, Mutasame. Leg spinner, Deva Previs. Coach Shukri said that, obviously. Tex saying, Khalid, your prediction about tonight's Deutschland-Netherlands game. Oh, yeah. I'm a Netherlands fan, of course, if you guys don't know. Grew up there for 3 years, so that's why I'm a big Netherlands fan. Saw them in the Euros, saw how they painted the houses orange and dressed up in orange when their team is playing. So I just was infectious, and I became a Netherlands fan ever since. Obviously, I support South Africa, but we never in the World Cup, so Netherlands is my team. Tough one because I feel that Germany's there's a slight edge. They are a new team in transition, etc. But I think they have a slight edge. But I'm going to go for 2-2 draw for that one. LJ says, Suraj, maybe they will prepare pitch different. Suraj says, Bavuma is the biggest injury-prone cricketer at 35. He always gets injured in every series, man. He should not be part of 2027 ODI World Cup. We're not talking about that right now. Sri Lanka is a little bit hard to beat. They will be, and that's why we need to focus and get gaining that momentum. Hardy, do you understand Dutch? Yes, I understand Dutch, and I can read it as well. I just can't speak it as fluently as I used to in the past. Germany's midfield is better. Yep, Germany have a very good team. Musiala is one of my favorite players, and I'm always scared of him. Priyanshu says, who will captain Champions Trophy? Aiden or Temba? AD should be captain of white ball cricket. I think it will be Temba Bavuma if he's fit. Otherwise, it will be Aiden Markram. There were a lot of discussions about whether he should remain as captain for the Champions Trophy or not. Let's see. We don't know how he's going to recover from these injuries, etc. Now, if it's going to set him back and how much it's going to set him back. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Oh, LJ says, do you think Neil Brandt and Rwanda Swat will play again? I don't think, unless there's hectic injuries, etc., I don't think they will play again. If these players can cement their spots in the side, then it's going to be very difficult for Neil Brandt and Ruan to play again. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell for all future videos. Smash the like button, comment, and share. And don't forget to comment after we've ended the stream in the comment section on YouTube so that we can spread our content far and wide into other South African cricket lovers' feeds and into their recommended feeds on YouTube. That really helps. Don't forget to also subscribe to Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every single month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. Don't forget to also subscribe to my personal YouTube channel. It's my name, KHALIDMOHIDIN. I cover movies, series, music, and Manchester United. If you like those things and you're a fan of those things, subscribe there too. I'm trying to up the subscriber base there as well so that I can end up going live. I'm not going to go live to nobody. So I want to build that subscriber base and then I can start going live on that channel too. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you send the link for your YouTube channel. Okay, let me just do that quickly for you guys and put the link in the description quickly before I go. It'll be easier that way, I guess, for you guys to just click on it and go to it straight away. Come on, takes so long. Copy. Here we go, guys. I'll post it in the live chat. I'll start doing that maybe every week. That's the new YouTube channel. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you guys again very soon with another live cricket show. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out, everyone.